or your course. I have to have something to track. I have to, on my inbound, I'm always tracking a course. So what's my course? I southwest, but where? Hold southwest of Fairfield on the 230 radial. That is my navigational reference that I'm going to be on. There's the 230 radial. Four is going to be the length of the legs. Standard is
1 minute.
Standard is 1 minute. If you notice on almost all your GPS though these days, it's given in nautical miles. They're changing that because which one's going to be safer, nautical miles or minutes? Nautical miles, because I can keep you within a defined area. It's very definite. It's not based on speed. So I know exactly where you should be. So that's why everything's moving to nautical miles, is because we have the capability to do that better now. So the length of the legs. If it's not specified, then it's 1 minute. So if unspecified, we default to 1 minute, just like we default to right-hand turns. 5 is the direction of the hold, the direction of the turns. So if it was off, they'd say hold southwest of Fairfield on the 230 radial, 4 nautical mile legs, left-hand turns. This is the exact order they have to follow. This is in their controller manual. They have to follow this order when they give it to you.
They'll have to say if it's not standard, right? If it's standard,
If it's standard, they say nothing. So say nothing, it's going to be right. And then 6, sometimes you have to ask for this, is an EFC time. I need to know when I'm supposed to leave that hold. Expect further clearance? Well, when? How long am I going to be in this hold? This is extremely critical. You can actually listen to ATC recordings of airplanes that have crashed because they didn't get an EFC. And so they just enter the hold and start holding and run out of fuel. 30 minutes later, well, hello, EFC. When's my EFC? Oh, 30 minutes. I don't have 30 minutes. Where are you going to get me down? Provo's available. Great, I'll take Provo. Hence why you see SkyWest sitting on the ramp all the time. Minimum fuel. They don't land here for fun. Okay, so understanding this flow and understanding what each of these means helps me to now teach VOR holds and any other hold very, very easily. How many of you struggled when you were taught intersection holds? I never got it until I became a double I. I was supposed to teach it the next day, and I sat down and I was like, I feel like an idiot. I sat there literally for 2 hours drawing it out, drawing it out, drawing it out, and finally it clicked. And that was where the magic number came from. It was when that finally clicked, I was just like, whoa. So, I didn't come up with the magic number then, though. I taught this theory to one of my students, and we were up in Idaho Falls, and they gave us a hold on an NDB, and he just like, bam, snapped it in there. And of course, I reverted to primacy, and I was like, which side am I on? And he was already had it set in. I was like, how'd you do that so fast? He's like, I just used that trick you showed me. I was like, oh yeah. So, practice what you preach. Primacy's a killer. Okay, so on a VOR, very, very easy. Hold southwest, Fairfield 230 as we go through. So let's talk about our magic number a little bit. Magic number is...
When we write the number, put it in quotes. Magic number.
Is it trademarked?
It's trademarked. I've registered it with the state. $35 fee. Your magic number is the cardinal direction. At a VOR, my course, my navigational reference, and my cardinal direction are always the same, right? Yes, no? At a VOR, it's always the same. Because 230 is southwest, because radials radiate out. Okay, so at VORs, and this is where we get lazy. I'm sure all of your instructors got lazy. You'll probably accidentally do it. I have students who call me on it, or even instructors that call me on it. Is we get lazy and we say, hold on the 230 radial. That's completely incorrect. Hold southwest of the Provo VOR, or Fairfield VOR, on the 230 radial. Okay, it's critical that you keep this in there. You're going to teach them VOR holds first. If you leave that southwest out and you don't emphasize that southwest, you're going to have a hard time teaching them intersection holds. Because they need to understand that that's critical, because southwest is the location of my inbound leg. So now, when we change it up, now I say, okay, hold southwest of the 10 nautical mile DME fix. There's my fix. On the 050 radial. Well, now I look at it, and here's how the magic number works. Very, very easy. All your student says is, takes these two. Does southwest equal 050?
No.
No? So then it's the opposite. Everybody know how to do opposites really quick?
230.
It's 230.
Take 2 from 5 and add it.
So a really, really easy way to convert. Take like 150. Excuse me. What you're basically doing is saying add 200, 350, minus 20, 330. 200 minus 20 is 180. Okay? The easy way to do it though is you just say, okay, 150. I can't take away anything, so I add 2 minus 2. 5, 3, 1, 3. Add 2 minus 2. Or, same thing, 310 minus 2 plus 2. Well, I can't add to that, or I'd have a 5. So I minus 2 plus 2, and I'm going to get 3, 1, 0. So a really, really quick way to do that in your brain. If you're in the airplane, well, I just look for 050 and I go straight across, and there's 230. So keep it simple, stupid. Okay.
Simple.
What's that?
Keep it stupid simple.
So here we go. So let's draw this out now. Here's my VOR. My radial is 050. My fix is not the VOR. This is where people get confused. What is my fix?
5
10
miles
DME.
from 10 miles.
The 10 DME. So this is not my fix. It's what's producing my navigational reference, but it's not my fix. Where was I told to hold?
Southwest of the fix.
Ah, well, southwest of the fix is down here. So, here's where the magic number clicks. If this fix was the VOR, what radial would this be?
230.
The 230 radial. So basically, the magic number is based on you treat every hold just like a VOR hold. And you don't have to think about anything. Because everybody understands VOR holds really, really easy. It just clicks. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So all you got to do is just treat it like that. Ask yourself the question, does southwest equal 050? No, it doesn't. 230 is my magic number then. Why is it magic? Okay? Because as we get into hold entries now, we're going to start talking about them. 230 is what I'm going to look for on my heading indicator to determine what kind of a hold entry it's going to be. I'm going to twist the tail of my needle to 230, just like I do when I'm doing a VOR hold. It is the number that I use. This number is garbage. I'm not going to use 050 for anything other than when I'm heading inbound. That's going to happen to be my heading. But that doesn't really matter, because if I've set everything in, just like we did when we taught VORs, it still works perfectly. So now I can try to mung you up, just like Phil used to do on everybody's check rides.